Right, and then welcome back to Steer's absolutely sick of this and 5 things that we clearly don't learn ever. All right. Right, so Rashford looked good for 45 minutes and then got hooked for rotation reasons, which is mental to me. Is that the gaffer trying to cover something up? Did something happen at half-time? Did he have a knock that he doesn't want to let Villa know? That might be something valid, but if you take it at the face value, right, listen, the mind games for the next game start immediately as soon as that game finishes, or even at half-time in that game, if you like. Villa not knowing now to prepare for Marcus Rashford might be a thing, even though it's him or Garnacho and they're both really direct, so it's not like you have to prepare for something completely different. But maybe it's an attempt at misdirection. Now, if you take it at face value, it's mental. That was a must-win game and you didn't win it. And you weren't winning it at the time you took him off. If you take him off, if it was 2-0 up at half-time and you took him off, you go, all right, it's a bit risky, but okay. You didn't do that. He had Porto defenders on, he had them scared. Every time he received it 1v1, he looked like he was capable of creating or scoring a goal. He was doing it with little support. He was starting his runs from 40 yards out, and then he gets hooked at half-time. Now, I think you can criticise him for him not stopping the cross for one of the goals, but he's on there to score goals and to create, and he did that. He really did that. So that was a strange one. He's rounding into a nice bit of form, Marcus, and United really going to need him to hit that form because nobody else is scoring the goals. So, yeah, we need that. We absolutely need that. Right then, lads, quick shout out to today's sponsor, Gentle Bands. If you are into quality jewellery, then Gentle Bands is going to be right up your alley. They take the classic men's accessories and give them a fresh, modern twist. They've just launched their Athlos Sports Ring collection. It's inspired by the Greek gods and titans, pure power and legacy vibes. Athlos means challenge in Greek, and whether you're smashing it in the gym or on a night out, these pieces will have you looking sharp. Rings, change, even some cufflinks, they've got you covered. I've got the Aphrodite ring, tungsten and abalone shell, super durable, looks unreal, and get this, sometimes wearing a ring on your hand isn't ideal, like if you're training, and that's why they've got the matching chain that comes in as an alternative option. Doesn't automatically come with the ring, but you can order it when purchasing. It's practical and it's stylish. Oh, and here's the best bit. They are offering free engraving right now, plus 25% off with the code Stephen25. That's STEPHEN 25. Just hit the link in the description and go sort yourself out. Cheers to Gentle Bands for sponsoring today's video. Let's get back to it. Number 2, it was lightweight. And this has been a problem for probably a couple of years, realistically now. We don't really have a physical enforcer. And maybe that's a consequence of having the likes of Bruno, Ahmad, Eriksen, and even the likes of Delo and Martinez. Martinez punches above his weight, but we haven't really got any physical specimens in the team, have we? And it looked like we were second best in a lot of those physical challenges and physical duels. Players on other teams look more physically imposing. Is it recruitment or is it mentality? Because when you look at Aston Villa coming up at the weekend, one thing that screams at you with Aston Villa is physicality. And that's going to be a real issue for us to get over. It's going to be a difficult game for us anyway, but the physical side of Aston Villa is going to be something that I think we're going to really, really struggle with. And I'm not looking forward to that in the slightest. But yeah, the physicality last night was quite evident, I thought. Even just in the pace versus our backline. And on that, 3, the defensive issues. The press was not effective, but there was a structure to how we were. I don't know if it was like some sort of an attempt at a mid-block, maybe. Didn't really work, but we did change how we were structured in there. And we staggered Casemiro a lot further back as a single pivot. And then there was a 2 midfield in front of him. And then it was like a 3 forward. So it was like a 1-2-3 almost kind of press rather than the sort of the 4-2 that we've been pressing with. So it was an attempt at something different a little bit. But all Porto did was then just go direct over the top, where they had an advantage because of the pace and power of their players. It seemed like a lot of our defending ended up last ditch. We didn't stop any crosses, I don't think. And we gave away too many good chances. There was a bit of a non-commitment in our challenges, and even stuff like, was it the second goal where the ball kind of comes in and goes back out again? Who's holding the line? Who's getting the line out of the way? Get up the fucking pitch. Like, you do that sort of thing. You catch people offside, but also there's a mentality in, like, clear your lines. That just wasn't there. It was too lackadaisical. It was too casual with it. And since Ten Hag has joined the club in 2022, no Premier League club has conceded 3 or more goals in a match more times in all competition than Manchester United. 24 times. That is far too many. Far too many. It's the 31st time since the beginning of last season that United have conceded 2+ goals in a match. It's the most any current Premier League club has done so in this time. It's absolutely ridiculous. 4, Martinez. So I did touch on this in the review last night, but Martinez looks an absolute shadow of himself this season. Is the setup exposing him? Or, the same as what's going on with Bruno on some level, really. This is someone that's been played through injuries, doesn't really get any sort of rest. He's on international duty at all times. Does he need a break? Are we capable of giving him a break? Is the setup exposing him? These questions exist around Bruno, and I don't have the answers. I've just given you the questions. With Bruno, does he need a rest, or is he chaos in a controlled system? That's why it looks jarring, looks like it doesn't work. Similar with Martinez. We know he can play out. That side of the game's fine with him. Defensively, though, what he's been so good at in recent years does not look the same. So why is that? You can't just say, well, he's shit and he's past it now. That's not analysis. What's happened to him? Is his role different? Is it as simple as, well, he was playing with Varane and Varane makes it look easy? Is that the answer? Because Martinez has looked good without Varane before. And I don't think De Ligt is a bad partner for him at all. But he's really struggling. Is it confidence? I don't know what it is, but when he's not quite clicking, United aren't quite clicking, and that is a worry. Having Lenny Euro waiting in the wings might be an absolute godsend to take him out and let him breathe a little bit before bringing him back into the team. And then finally, he's going to get sacked. I don't know. I don't like talking about this sort of stuff, but that didn't feel insignificant, did it? It felt like it mattered, that. Those stats in terms of the number of times we've conceded 3 or even 2, it's a sizable percentage of the games that he's been in charge of Manchester United. I don't think he's lost the dressing room. I saw players looking to try and play to instruction, I think, last night. But the individual mistakes are costing us. I don't know how you as a manager account for individual errors like that. Now, if you can go through each individual game and go, okay, he should have scored here and he should have stopped that and he should have scored here and he should have stopped that. But on a long enough timeline, over 10, 15, 20, 30 games, it does come back down to the guy that's picking those players and the guy that's allowing those standards to drop. I don't know where we go from here. I thought it was... The one thing that I couldn't figure out was how draws would be received. I thought if it was a couple of wins, he's probably going to be safe and probably see through till Christmas at least if he got 2 wins in these 2 games. And if he got 2 losses, I think we all know what's coming with the 2 losses. But the 2 draws, I don't know. Genuinely, I have no idea what that means and how that's going to be received. No idea. None. So is it a stay of execution or is it start calling up your shortlist? I do not know. I mean, you guys let me know in the comments. What does it mean? See you in a bit. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, five-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.